9:03. So shit, we're on time, right? Very good friend who really needs no introduction, but please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Gaia Guarda. I am a solo artist. I also play in the metal band Uriad, and I am a PR person too. Yeah, that's me.
You do a lot, man. We'll get right down to it. I'll first got to say my screen's broke. That's why I'm all fuzzy, and I'm in a hotel. I'm up working in Thunder Bay. Fucking, that's how that's going. So, you just recently did a collaboration with another artist, did you not?
Yeah, I did. So actually, we did a collaboration last year, but we released it only this year. So I did a single with Lindsay Schoolcraft, which she's like one of my favorite artists ever, and like I was really lucky to work with her. She's also a friend, so that helps. But so
Yeah.
we just released our song. It's called "I Didn't Break." Link into my dog in the background. I'm looking for a bone. But yeah, so we just released a single, I Didn't Break. It's for a compilation that I'm doing with the PR company, which is C Squared. And it came out on Friday. So now if people want to pre-order the compilation, they get the song that I did with her. Yeah.
No, it's a great tune. I got the chance. I finally had some time off the roof today because we got hit with weather, and it's like, do we open it? Do we keep doing what we're doing, or do we say
Yeah.
it's gonna rain and just fucking pack up and go, right?
Hmm.
So some of the guys I've been working with, they're on 13 days now straight, right? So
Wow.
we just
Yeah.
got here. We've been my crew, as I'm working with and stuff. We've been 8 days or something like that. So they were like, it might rain. Let's maybe not do it. So that's why I
Yeah,
was
that's
kind
a
of
scary
done early.
schedule.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're hard to do a job, and we got a deadline, right? So yeah,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
average in. Okay, okay, right. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Being a musician in the industry, being on the road and working, doing tours, doing your collaborations, just trying to make all that work. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's let's say it's a lot of hours, and like most of the time you come home after like having like work on your at your day job, and like you're exhausted, and you still have like work
Hmm.
to do for other stuff, and like it's draining. And like right now, like the only time that I really have time where I can like actually like work on music is more on the weekend, and most of the time on the weekend I'm already like trying like to like have a little bit back of my energy from like my entire week
You're
of like
trying to recruit.
running around. Exactly. So like sometimes like even if I want to, I can't really do it, or I'm just like don't have the energy, or I don't have like the creativity to. Because I mean, like when you're always tired, like it's hard to be creative. So yeah, it's a struggle to be a musician.
No, I totally get being on the road and stuff. One of my
Mhm.
roommates just walked in and dry humped the air trying to fucking because he knows I'm live, right? Come here, RD. Come here, man. Fuck, you can't do that and not say hello.
Hi.
So, hello, world. Put that in your ear, man.
I gotta
Fucking
take a pee real
whatever.
bad.
Well, fucking do what you're
Good
doing.
luck with the show.
Yeah, these guys are all like, we're doing a roof, so I know the stigma on roofers. We're all a fucking different fucking breed of people, but we're definitely a different breed of people, man. So, but
Oh, for
then to
sure.
do my music and stuff on the side, like I'm actually working with three other bands, like
Hmm.
the guys I work with without the what is it, 9 or 10 guys that are here. There's technically three bands I'm working with. So next coming Wednesday, we're all going to do a live show and talk about their stuff and that, right? But
Hmm.
just to be, get out of here, RD. You fucking guys distract me. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. This is the problem with being on the road, right? Living like a rock star, they always say, right? but they're like when they're not working in the hotels because we travel so much with our jobs, they're on
Hmm.
tour with the band. Like they're never home, you know. So I know you do a lot of music though. You have a trio band as well.
Well, actually, I have your head, which is like more like my metal side project. But so we were like six people in that band, like we're a lot of people. I have my solo stuff, and usually when we play live, I also have like the cellist and the violinist from the same project. So they often come with me to play to do like performance together. They're like my closest friends, so like I'm super happy to be able like to share more stage with them.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. How you brought in that. Like I just seen that the other day too. Like I haven't had a lot of time lately with work and my
Hmm.
schedule and all that, right? But I seen that today, and I kind of got a bit of time because I was off a little bit early because of the weather, right? Scope
Hmm.
that out. That's how did that come about? Because I know you have your metal band, you have your independent stuff, and then now you have that also. Is that
The what?
you have your metal band? I know
Yeah,
you sang in a metal band for a while, right? You have
yeah,
your independent stuff or your
yeah,
solo stuff,
yeah.
and then you also kind of collaborate on the trio thing as well. No?
Uh, what's the trio? Are you mean like no, no? Those are just like acoustic songs that were like from my solo project.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's just like sometimes we play acoustic, and I bring up the girls from the band to play with me, so it doesn't feel like so empty to just have like vocal and harps. If you have like you add vocal, harp, cello, and violin, it makes it a little bit more like interesting for people to listen to. And
Yeah.
especially like the songs from the my solo album, like there's a lot of a cello and there's a lot of violin, and I feel like if I would to just do acoustic version with just the harp, it would just lose a lot of its integrity. Like it would be like empty compared to like the version that I have like on my album. So I asked them if they would want to like play a few performances, and so far we only played for the radio, but it was really fun. And like I wish and I kind of hope that in the future we're going to be able like to make a full acoustic album. That would be like my main goal with them. But also like I want to work on more music, so it's like what do I want to do? Where do I want to put my energy? Do I want to do like
Yeah,
just like
yeah. Where
acoustic stuff
where does
or
it
like
go
another
from
album?
here?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of like opportunities and a lot of options, and like it's I'm still like kind of I started working on my next album, but it's taking a lot of time for me because again, like I'm very tired lately, and like I haven't been feeling like super like musically inspired. So it's like one step at a time, one day at a time, and like eventually, like I'm gonna go like full head into like the next album and like really focus on that more.
So where do you find all this time? I know it's hard for me for sure, but you work full time as well, right? And then you have all this other music stuff. Like
I
how do you juggle this, man? Like
I don't sleep. No,
I
for
hear you there.
I mean,
you
like
know.
I do sleep around like 4 hours a night, or like 4 to 5 hours, which is not really good for me, but like fuck it. But
Yeah.
I think what kind of makes me have the time to do all of that is I don't have a lot of things going on outside of like the music and like my job. So most of the time
Hmm.
it's just I come home and then like I eat a little bit and then like I start working on other stuff, and like sometimes like I've been up since depending on which day, but like there's some days I'm up at 5, other days I'm up at 6, and like I go to bed around like midnight almost, and sometimes even later than that because like I was on the go the entire day, and then like I want to have a little bit of time like to chill, and then I want to watch way too much episode of like Family Guy. I watched a lot of
No,
them.
totally understand that, right? Like, I get
Yeah.
off work and then I have my shows. Gotta,
Hmm.
if I'm not even doing live, I'm collaborating, I'm talking to people, I'm sending emails. Like, and the guys from work, they finally understand it from living in the hotels. They see it now firsthand. Like, we get off
Yeah.
work. fucking, I'm the first one to shower because I've got shit to do, man. Like now I'm sending emails, just handing them cash to get me food. Fuck, I got shit to do. 1 o'clock in the morning, I finally shut everything off, go to sleep,
Yeah.
right? Up at
And then
fucking
like
five.
up again in the morning,
you know.
exactly. But I
Yeah.
feel like if it's something that you really care about and like something that you really want to succeed, it's easier to sacrifice all the other stuff. Like I don't really go out with
Mm,
friends. I don't have a lot of interaction with people outside of like when it comes to music. It's like my life is around music, and even with my partner, it's the
yeah.
same thing. Like we like he's
Music
like the
or
only
work.
it's like yeah, exactly. He's like the only person that I really see, because the other people that I see are people from my band, and people at work. That's it.
Hmm.
That's and like
People you work with are the fans, but
yeah,
when you come home, it's him. That's the
yeah, yeah,
one
yeah.
person you see all the time, and
Yeah, he's like he's so fed up to see me. Like he's just like, dude, like go live your own life. I can see you way too much.
yeah, right. Like I hear that 100%. That's always been a struggle for me with my work. It always taken me,
Mm,
fuck, whether I worked for the railroad for a bit, now with this company, my other companies that I've worked with over the years,
mm.
always been travel. It's always been building me to this career right here, to be able to actually come to Montreal, interview you in person, then fly to Hong Kong the next day, interview another band, right? Like
That's
that's
for
the
sure. It's
goal, though.
exciting life.
Yeah, all exciting for sure. Love living in a hotel, eating cheesies and fucking, you know.
Well, gotta do what you gotta do.
hmm Hey, got to pay bills.
Exactly.
So, what do you got planned for the future, man? I'm very curious. If you could give us a little wee snip of some new shit that's coming, or
Oh, well, okay, so when it comes to the band, we are working on new music right now. I'm the one that's very like behind, like the bassist wrote almost like the entire next album, and like I haven't really had the chance to like really look at it and really like start working on like the harp. I want to add like more and
hmm
more harps to the next album, and like so we're slowly like going back to working on. I'm sorry, I have my cat. I know she's like yelling in the background, but yeah. So we're like slowly like building like the new album. Shows are restarting, so like I'm gonna be on stage next week, which I'm very excited. Like it's been like a year and a half, and like I can't wait to go back on stage. Like it's gonna be a very nice
so
show too.
I've got to ask you again.
Yeah.
Now that the world's opening up and you're getting back on stage and stuff, like how does that feel to finally be able to play? you know?
Yeah, I'm sorry, she's driving me nuts. Wow.
Oh, that's all good,
Yeah, that's
man.
my cat. Yeah. I'm actually extremely excited. Like for I think the Jesus cat.
How
I'm
long
gonna
you've
close
had
it.
your cat for then?
10 years.
10 years. I remember we met
Yeah.
her last time you were on the show.
Yeah, I think it
I'm
was
pretty sure I just
her
got off
dad.
work that show too, right?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, for sure. I'm just trying to close the door, but just give me a second. Okay. Are you
That's
going
all
out?
good, man.
Okay.
I
Sorry,
fucking
she's
love
driving
these
me
parts of
insane.
the show right here.
Yeah, it's like
You know?
yes. So yeah, yeah. I'm super excited to go back on stage, like especially after like being out of like playing shows for so long. Like I'm very excited, but I'm also like kind of scared because like when you've done it for a long time, like it's kind of like a habit. Like you know exactly when you're
hmm
gonna move, you know exactly what you're gonna do, what you're gonna say. But after like so long without being on stage, and like for I think it was like for 8 months we couldn't even like practice. It's kind of
Yeah.
scary to me. Like it's a big show too. Like we're playing 45 minutes. Like I think in
A
the
full
entire time
set.
that yeah, exactly, it's a full set. We're playing I think something like 12 songs, and like I'm super excited to play all of them, but I'm just like, do I still have the courage for that?
Yeah, can I even do that? Like
Yeah,
you almost
exactly. I used to be
people
able to
don't
do it easily,
realize
but
how
yeah.
much shape or how much practice goes into being able to play a 45-minute set every other day of the week for a fucking year tour. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even if you miss a week, now you're rusty compared to the rest of the peeps that fucking kept playing, right?
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
I'm, I'm finding now that the world's opening, some bands are in a panic because they haven't been able to practice or they're nervous,
Exactly. Hmm.
or they said fucking practice the whole time and now they're just ready to explode. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel we're kind of like in between, because we didn't practice for like a long time, but like also we know the song so well that's like just the first rehearsal that we had. I was like, we played and I looked at that. I was like, this is like we never like stopped. It's crazy. Like we know the
Yeah.
songs so well and we've played them for so long that like we know them like still by heart.
Almost like you should have been on stage for that
Exactly.
practice, right? Because it was so good, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, you're just like that was a very good practice. Like, and we all have those for the rest of the time. And like we even
mhm.
had it, we added like some new parts of the harp for like next show. So it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be my first time playing. I have a tiny harp now that's kind of like just pink and I can walk with it. Like it's very like light.
Oh, like
And
portable?
yeah, exactly. Like I have a strap and I can play like standing up with it. And like I
You could
yeah,
do like a leg kick while you're playing?
almost I could just
No.
like go and play, but I haven't really tried it yet. And like the
No?
last practice, no, it's I need to practice just like being able like to like handbang with like my little harp, but it's very light, so I
Yeah.
think it should be fine. But it's kind of like scary because I've like I said I've never played that harp live so far. Like that's gonna be my first time. It's like the first show
Yeah.
that we come back after like a year and a half, and like hopefully goes well. If it don't, well, I still had fun, so like it's fine.
So where's your first show? Where are you playing your first time back then?
It's called L'Epiphanie. It's a little like town outside of Montreal. It's really nice. It's they're doing it's almost like a week of shows. I think it's from Thursday to Sunday. It's called Rockfest pour la santé mentale. So they're just all the money that they're making from the show is going to be taken and like given like to what's it called like what's the word for that? Uh, well, it's like companies that help like people that have like mental issue. It's not company.
Oh, okay. Oh, no,
I
that's
don't know what's the name
actually
for that word.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's so like we're not taking any money from the show. We didn't charge anything. We just like wanted to
You're just
like
playing.
support. We wanted to support the cause
Yeah.
and like really help people that have like mental issue. And like for me, that's something
Well,
that's always been like important for me. To
this
like talk about like
show,
yeah.
like since I've started talking to bands and stuff, sorry to kind of cut you off, but
No, that's fine.
the mental health issue has come up a lot,
Yeah.
regardless who it is. Or the real conversation I recall is from Outline, and
Hmm.
we had a very good conversation on how that fucking helped music in general, and what they
Hmm.
do to help other people because they've been through it and stuff. And then also having Margaret and Brian from the Songbird Foundation, I believe, and they
Hmm.
like 25% of everything that foundation make goes towards mental health and
Hmm.
bringing awareness about it, right? Like, not
Exactly.
to
And
pull out our number one fan, Kevin. I actually had him on the show. He's autistic, but
yeah.
the music has helped him get through his life and stuff in that aspect. Like,
Hmm.
it's it's such a big part of people's reality, that mental unstability. Is that how you would say that, or?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bad with language, right? So,
No, it's
and
fine.
that
I'm
was
worse.
mathematics, no problem, right? But language is a whole different thing for me, right? But
Hmm.
to be like music, I've always said music saved my life. How many
Hmm.
times has it pulled you through something, right? Like, whether
Oh,
it
for
was a
sure.
breakup or a death, or you lost your job and now you're fucking broke, like, but it was music that you put on the radio or you put in your headphones that brought you through where you are now. Like, so
Exactly.
to finish my ramble, I honor the fact that you work with that, you know, and you guys give charity to that as well, right? Like, thank you.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait. Like I feel like it's a very nice opportunity for us to give back and also, have like a kind of reunion with people because like we have a lot of our friends that
Hmm.
we haven't seen in a year and a half, like even more than that because the last time we played around the area was like a little bit further than that. It was, I think it was February 2020, and right after we had our last show that was in Quebec City. And then it was like we're supposed to open for Rhapsody of Fire, and that fell apart because of COVID. And like we
Oh,
miss people so much. Like we want to be able like to just have fun with them and just like enjoy the songs and
yeah.
just have like this kind of like big party for mental health. But
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a really great experience. Like I can't wait.
Well, I think now that I've got access to my stages and stuff, I'm throwing my birthday
Hmm.
bash and stuff, which is a private invite. Obviously, I'll be sending you the information and stuff if you guys can make it
Hmm.
down or whatever, right? But
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
I think in next year, a few of my shows will be for mental health and stuff, and being. Uh, I got to talk to the guy that owns everything. That's not up to me.
Hmm.
I'm just the guy that knows the bands that can play and that want to do the
Hmm.
stuff, right? But
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
I pay for half of everything that goes down there, right? But
Hmm.
this year, the birthday bash is. I'm gonna publicly announce our bands. So we have one in the chamber from Toronto. We
Hmm.
have Late Night Trouble coming all the way from fucking Montreal. Love them guys. Thank you very much. And we have the Electric Dead coming all the way from Niagara. Play for a private invite only, other than the people that have already been that established and live there kind of deal, right? Where the stage is built,
Hmm.
right? So
And that's awesome. You're gonna have a good time for sure.
I hope so. So because it's September, we're gonna do a daytime show with the band, so it's not like dark
Hmm.
and damp and cold and shit, right? And then just have music at night, pig roast, camping,
Hmm.
swimming, family friendly in that sense, right? So,
Oh, that's awesome.
so once the world opens up, I've got to ask you. I kind of asked this question a bit. Where do you want to play the most? Like, where's your
Uh,
dream to fucking play, right?
I have like two places that are like on my bucket list. There's one that's actually in Montreal, and like yeah, I'm a little bit insane sometimes, and I have like those like I'm like this is going to happen this way, and like I like sometimes it happens, most of the time it doesn't. But like I said, like we got canceled from we were supposed to open for Rhapsody of Fire, and we were supposed to play at a place called La
Yeah.
Salle in Montreal, which is a place where they usually play more like jazz or like pop music, and like I was excited to play it there. So that was not like one. It was on my bucket list, but it was like pretty low on it. But like the thing that I kind of like hope that's gonna happen is that they were going like to rebook the tour, and we're gonna like have to open for them, but like in Metropolis. That's like my favorite venue. It's a dream of mine to play there. It's a beautiful place. It's like I saw my first shows there, so there's like the sentimental part of it. But that's one place I really want to play. The other place is the Opera House at Sydney.
Oh,
Hi, new
wow.
friend.
Yeah. Raven made it on over, but
Hi, nice to meet
yeah.
you. I don't know if you can hear us.
Did he make it?
Hi.
I'll just see what.
Hi.
Oh, you made her, my friend.
Yes, I made it. I'm so sorry for being, but more late than never. Hey. Yes.
That's how
Wow.
rock stars roll, they say.
Yeah,
Show
I
up
was
when
gonna
you
say
want,
this.
right?
This is very musician-like.
Yeah.
Yes. How is everybody?
So,
Whoa. The Boneyard.
sorry, my camera's a little fucked. I got a break through my screen, right, on my phone. So if I look a little weird, that's why, Draven. But please
No, it's okay.
introduce yourself, my friend, and let us know what you do and where we can find your fucking music, man.
My name is Dre, and I do Saturday Live every Saturday. I do karaoke, Stones, Aerosmith, wait, I said Rolling Stones, Black Sabbath, you name it. And I also have my own
Jim
material.
Morris.
So yeah, I'm not really that interesting of a person, but thank you, Bones, for the introduction. we have a
Always,
great
man.
guest on the Boneyard tonight. Hey. Yeah.
Always.
And now you're working on your solo album. So
yeah, actually
cool.
I am. Yeah. I've been working on my solo shit for a bit now, and then I have my collaboration project, which I just started putting together, right? And I've got 3 songs back, which are being remastered still, right? Being put in, and then my part's been done, their part's been done. They're just putting everything together. So we'll have another EP out. Fuck, I'm in Thunder Bay here for another week minimum. So probably be the next month I'll release another song, right? So
that's awesome. Wow,
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
What about you, our guest on the Boneyard, eh?
Yeah. Well, yeah. What's the question?
What you have come out with a solo album.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I did. Yeah. I released my solo album like in November. Sorry.
Bless you.
Like, yeah. Are you okay? You're not dying?
Yeah.
Crying,
No, I'm good. I'm good. Go on.
Awesome. So yeah, I released my first album. Like, it was my debut album. On November 2020. I was really lucky. Like, I had the chance to work with Rocky Gray from Evanescence. He's like the original drummer. He's not in the band anymore. So we worked on that album, and that was released. Last week we released like a single with my band. Hey, with my projects. I'm sorry. You're complaining a lot. You're kind of rude. Yeah. Just like staring at me.
Cat,
I want to be on. No, it's the dog. Now I have like I
Oh,
close
the
the
dog
door.
now.
Yeah, it's the dog. She's like complaining about everything. She's such a baby. Spoil. But yeah, music. Yeah, and like I'm working on new stuff, and like that's that's just of it.
I know everyone's got a lot to go. I know Draven's doing this every Saturday night. He's got to pick out and play the playlist and stuff, right? What he's going to sing. I know last time he was on the show, he sang one of his original tunes.
Yeah, you like to call it Bleeding Sunday, but it's really
I call it Bleeding Sunday. Yeah, man. Yeah. But it is a good fucking tune, man. So you've been writing some new stuff now lately, or are you continuing with writing your own music, or what?
I've been in the process of writing new material. I think I wrote Bloody or Bleeding Sunday. I wrote it in May, and so I'm trying to like come up with some new material at the moment. But why are we interviewing me? I'm not the one that should be interviewed. She should be the one that's being interviewed here.
I'm enjoying this talk. I'm just like, oh yeah, what are you doing? Like, that's cool.
No, right?
Yeah, like that's amazing. Bleeding Sunday. Wow, amazing, awesome. It's a really rad song. But hey, what is she up to?
Well, the
I'm
problem
really sorry
is,
for
like, we
man.
already covered most of it. No, it's fine. But like, it's just like we covered like most of it before you came.
I know, right? We were just about getting into just straight up conversation now,
That's
and then
what
you
happened
jumped
when you're
in.
late.
So. Yeah, yeah.
So
Fucking
who's leading here,
musicians, eh?
me or you guys?
Well,
Never on time.
look, I'm gonna bring her on camera. She's like being too annoying.
Well,
Oh, she's a
that'd
youth.
be awesome. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, he's just a little guy, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's an old
look
lady.
Aww.
at that,
She's not very happy with the the current situation with her like being locked in the room with me. Do you want to go out?
eh?
No.
Yeah.
So, Doc, where are you up to? What's when is your new album coming out? No? Do you plan on
This is
ever
the
No
getting a
first
job?
information,
time, Mr. Bones,
No?
that we interviewed, a dog. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
No,
when's this new
normally
album
it's
coming
you
out?
and me, or it's you and me and Roxy, but Roxy had some stuff come up tonight.
Yeah,
Obviously, you know, because she texted you and said you better fill in for me, right? So
yeah. I think I'm gonna get
here we
some.
are, right?
Oh, okay. If it was last minute, it's okay if you're late. You get a pass.
Oh, it was totally last minute. He had like what, 20 minutes notice?
Oh, okay, okay. No, that's fine. You can make it
Hey,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
late if
hey,
you have
hey,
20
hey,
minutes.
hey, hey! Don't bash
I'm taking
me.
your side, dude.
I know, right? Trying to help a fella out, right? So, what do you got planned tomorrow for your live show on Saturday, bud?
I found this rendition of the Rolling Stones' "Wild Horses," and it's like this piano version. It's very like melodic and sweet and very like different than how I usually sing it, because I usually sing it from the Rolling Stones, like with the guitar and drums and everything. So I want to make
Yeah.
it more like melodic. Are you guys familiar with the Sundays? How
Yeah.
yeah, they do a version of I almost said Bloody Sunday. They do a version of Wild Horses, and it's an amazing version, I think. So I wanted to kind of do something a little similar to that. So, but besides that, man, it's gonna be a fucking awesome rocking show, man. We're gonna have Aerosmith and Black Sabbath, and you name it, man. With Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison from the Doors, man. It's
Yeah,
on.
you better do Jim Morris.
Yeah, of course. Where's your
You got
desire to
that
be weird?
when you do the
Huh?
Jim Morris music. Go ahead. I'll go ahead. When you do the Jim Morris music, like when you're singing, you sound and you almost embody each character or each star. Like we covered this last time. You do the chicken dance for fucking the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, right? Like you have that as you're singing, you do that fucking movement. When you do the Doors, you do that fucking same movement that Jim Morris did. Like, how do you do that? Like, is it just from watching and hearing it, or like you just absorb the energy from the song and that's what comes out? Like, how does that work for you?
I would have to go with absorbing the energy from the song. Um, each song has its own energies. I mean, I could do 5 to 1. I could do the Alabama song. I could do, you know, whatever, Crimson and Clover. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I mean, like all these songs have different energies, and I feel like it just comes out. I don't really feel like it. I mean, it's a simple karaoke. Come on, guys, it's simple karaoke. And I'm just doing karaoke. It's mediocre. It's mediocre stuff, but I feel like if you're going to play a song or cover a song from the Doors or Led Zeppelin or Black Sabbath or whatever the band is, you should give it your all. You shouldn't just like be there like, oh, I'm just doing karaoke. You should embody, them, but also have your, uh, flavors in it as well. So I think when I do Black Sabbath and the Rolling Stones and the Doors, I try to bring that energy, but I also try to bring the Draven energy.
Yeah.
so,
No,
so,
God.
so yeah.
On that note, when you first started playing music before you went on your own and stuff, what kind of, obviously you had to play cover tunes to learn music, right?
Yeah.
What were some of your favorite cover tunes to play and like do?
Well, it's funny that you say that. When I first started getting into guitar at like 17, 18, my first band that I learned from, and it's kind of sad to say. I mean, they're an amazing band from the 90s, from that grunge Seattle era. Was
Yeah,
Oh,
Nirvana, Pearl Jam, right?
Yeah, Nirvana and the Ramones. I mean, all they used was like power chords, for God's sake. I mean, like the F5 and the E5 and the A5, and, the C5 and the D5. I mean, it's just like all like, bar chords basically. So, yeah. So that's kind of where I think I got all that from, was, Nirvana and all that simple stuff.
How about Gaia? Who were your main influences? Like, what were some of the first cover songs you learned how to play live?
okay, I'm gonna sound weird, but like I've never really played other people's songs.
I'm. It's not weird. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah,
I knew all Nirvana songs at one time, but
mhm.
that was about it for cover songs as far as anything like that goes, right? Like,
Yeah, when I started like singing, I would like sing classical music, so it would be like kind of cover song, I guess, but it's like pieces of music that you're supposed to learn to get the technique. But as like someone that plays other instrument, like I play piano and bass, well, I mean, yeah, my harp there, but I never really learned any songs, and like that is probably a pretty bad thing because you're supposed like to learn like multiple songs to be able like to like be a better musician, but like I've never did it, so like I'm pretty bad at all I do except singing, and singing is the only one that I had like training for, so at least.
so what music did you listen to growing up then? Like to pick up a harp, that's a weird instrument to just grab and be like, ah, this is what I play now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I grew up with a lot of classical music since my dad was a classical musician too. So like I grew up with like a lot of pretty intense stuff that usually you don't listen when you're a kid. And like the moment that I was like old enough to listen to other stuff, I went to like something completely opposite. So I went to listen to like heavy metal, like or just like rock. I would listen to electronic music just to make my dad mad. That was like that was like the thing that I really liked to do. It was just annoy him. But as I started like having my own kind of like preference with music, I listened to a lot of Nirvana. That was like one of the big bands that I really really love, and I still listen to their album a lot. I listen to a lot of York, and I think that's probably like the biggest influence I have on my own music. I don't really do structure because I kind of go with your own thing to just like do whatever you want to do when you do music. And Depeche Mode would probably be another band that I like. I really love them a lot. I've listened to a lot of music of them, and yeah, that's I have most electronic people I like.
I have a fair bit of electronic music I listen to too.
Hmm.
Like, I have a lot of offbeat stuff. But when we're at work, no one will let me play my music. They all think it's like death metal, fucking power chords. Kill your mom music, as they say, right? But
Kill your
it's like,
mom.
no, dude, you just listen to my playlist for an hour, but it's pretty fucking good,
Hmm.
But they all listen to stuff we don't listen to, I guess. But yet we all listen to it. Like, I don't know how many bands I've talked to, their main influence are rap and R and
Yeah.
B and stuff, right? But yet they play punk and heavy metal, right? Like the crossover when it comes to music is unlimited, really. Like I
Hmm.
even have a dub on my playlist. That song "Hello,"
No,
right?
I don't. Yeah, yeah,
I will send it to you so you will hear it. Just so you know. Right. That song, right. It's powerful, man. Very
It's
good.
a powerful song. Yeah, it's really good. Have you listened to someone just like released it was Sarah Isabel. I fucked up her name, but like the first singer of Great Little Fields, like the girl, like she released a cover of Adele, and like it's so good, it's crazy. Like she
It's
has
a,
I feel like she's the Adele of heavy metal to begin with, so I was like, this is just perfect. But like she released it, I think it was like 2 3 weeks ago, and she's incredible. I'm gonna send it to you, so like you can send me your
oh, I was
cover,
gonna
send you the
say,
other cover. So done.
please send it to me, man.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like she's incredible.
Oh, I can't wait, man. I'm excited now. New music's so fun to hear and listen to, right? And then
Yeah.
to be able to have the chance to reach out to that band or those people and say, hey, come on the show, man. You know, and be able to talk to them after you hear that amazing music they play. I guess
Mhm.
Roxy introduced me to Draven. And when he was
Mhm.
singing the Jim Morris was the first time I tuned into him. And it was fucking perfect. You know, I found you through other people recommending me. Hey, you got to hear her. You got to listen to this. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, reached out to you. And fuck, we've been good friends ever since. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would like to think we're good friends. You know, we
Yeah, we
talk
are
a
for
fair
sure.
bit, right? So I know Draven and I talk a fair bit too. He's been on the show a bunch now, right? So
Mhm. Your what's the word? Your usual.
yeah, thank you. You say unusual or usual?
No, I said usual.
Oh, usual. I was like, oh yeah, I don't mind being unusual. You know, fuck it.
I said usual. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
I don't know if everybody anybody has the same issue, but like the sound is making a weird sound. Like I
Yeah,
can't get.
Yeah,
it's making like this
Yeah,
sound.
yeah, it's weird.
it's on my end. I tried to turn
I wanted to speak,
volumes down on the mic.
Oh, okay.
but it's making this weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen. All I hear is like, oh, you left. Oh, you're back. No, it's
Oh,
not you. It's
that's
I think
because
it's
Draven's got to put his headphones in. We're getting feedback from the speakers.
From what speaker?
is it?
Your phone speakers. You got to put your headphones in.
I don't know if I have headphones. Maybe if I lower. I mean, it's not on a speaker. It's just. Is that better?
No.
I think so. No,
No?
it is a little bit better.
Yeah.
It is a little bit
Is it
better.
better?
I don't have to be
Okay,
me.
okay.
That's what I mean.
It's like now.
Amazing. Why is it my fault?
Yeah, I
You're the
don't know,
victim
man. Like,
here.
so I can blame anybody, right?
Jeez.
Oh, you guys are fantastic, man. I really appreciate you guys coming on the show, talking about what you guys do.
Okay. I know that there's been we're hearing like these clicks, but I had a question. So your drummer is the ex-drummer of Evanescence.
Yeah, on the album, like he played on Fallen and The Open Door. So yeah, he did like the those two album. I think he did the live too, like the Anywhere But Home. And he's a very talented musician, and I was like really lucky to have him on the album. And like I'm forever grateful for the work he did. Like he's an amazing artist.
That's awesome.
Drums are very hard to find, like people that can play the drums and stuff. I gotta say, my buddy Dave or David, I forget what he prefers. He's Dead Man's Prophecy, man, and we got to go up to his place there not long ago and celebrate. They just won the Montreal medal off online for the best band that fucking played live and stuff. So we got to go down. I had the honor of actually jamming with him live, man. Just me
That's
and him.
awesome.
Fuck. Oh, I was when I got done playing, I was so soaked in sweat from being nervous and just fucking just jamming my heart out, right? I had to go change and stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like it was like really being on stage almost, you know. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So do you know? I mean, you look like a little bit of Amy Lee. Do you know Evanescence? Like, I mean, do you know? Have you ever met Amy Lee?
I haven't, but I've been told that a lot. I thought dyeing my hair might help because I had my hair like black before. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a ginger now. But I've never met them. Like I've never met them. The only person I spoke to was Rocky. But I'm pretty sure they're nice people. But I do like a lot
Yeah.
of their albums. So like I grew up a lot with Fallen and The Open Door, and the one before that, the Origin, like it was like one of my favorite albums. And like I grew up listening to a lot of like angry goth music, angry pop goth music would be more
Yeah.
the name for that. But like I grew up with that a lot, and like I feel like I'm
I
in my
just say
30s
that.
now, and I'm just like I still love it.
Huge shout out to Dispel. They're another band that are goth. Everything about goth or anything like that, they're all over at D&D, right? So,
Okay.
is there any local bands, guy, that you should give a shout out to that you are listening to right now that you know need that little bit of a boost, right?
Well, I haven't been listening to a lot of music, but there's one band I really like. They just finished their album. I don't know if they're going to launch super soon, but I've seen them on stage like 2 or 3 times. They opened for The Agonist. I saw them. We shared a stage last year with there was like a festival with like only women as they are in the band, and that band was there. It's called Stasis. I really love their music. They're amazing, and they're gonna have like a debut album. I don't know if it's this year or next year, but they're working on it, and like I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. They're amazing live. The singer has an incredible voice, like it's powerful, and so yeah, Fall Stasis. I think that's how you pronounce
I'll,
it.
I'll check them out for sure now. Thank you.
Mhm.
If you could send me a link of their music too later with
Of
the other
course.
links you're going to send me, right? That would be perfect, right?
Yeah. So
I'll
I have
send
to
you.
send you a cover and that.
Yeah, no, that's fine, man. I'm going to send you a few of the local bands around you that I know
Okay.
you haven't heard yet. You can check them out,
Yeah.
see where that goes, right? So, how
Mhm.
about you, Traven? Who's your fucking local bands in your area, man?
You said where's my band?
It's like
Where are your local bands from your area?
yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know local
Yeah,
bands
no.
in your area.
Yeah. Put them on the spot.
I have to say that I feel like I am in the presence of a great person. Well, two great people. Obviously, you, Bones. I mean, thank you for having me on the show,
Of course, man.
having this guest. But your music video with the hands is
Was filmed here.
amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
It would be something that I think I would have come up with at some point, or maybe have already thought about. But when I saw it, I was like, wow. I was like, this is like something that I would have done, you know, with the hands and like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
just start grabbing. It was so hard not to laugh, to be honest, because like,
awesome.
so I had like four people on me, and I was like like we were in my bedroom, like it was filmed like the other wall over there, and it was like current the lockdown in Montreal, and so we could only have like a few people. I had like the minimum people I could have in my house, and like we filmed, it was like all over the place. the first shot that we got, like I was wearing something that was extremely baggy, so like it looked so weird. So we had like to change clothes and like try to make it a little bit like more, like sexy-ish.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then it got down on Facebook for a while too.
What? No way,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I got banned. Yeah, and I was like, well, I eventually like it got put back on the site, but yeah, I had issue even like with thumbnails. Like YouTube had issue with my video for some reason. I don't know.
Now, I meant to ask you because I almost didn't recognize you with your new profile picture. So you are dyed red now, right?
It's more like, well, it's not even red because I wanted to have red hair. I'm gonna try to put some light. It's more like, I don't know what color that would be. I guess it's like orange almost.
Yeah. No, it was
Yeah.
when I was flipping through. I was like, oh fuck, I gotta make sure. Like I said, I text you good morning this morning. Make sure
Yeah.
tonight, right?
Mhm.
But your profile picture was different. All of a sudden, it was this red hair and shit. I almost didn't even recognize you, man. Like I was like,
Yeah. I like, yeah, that was like, I didn't plan on like getting my hair this color. I wanted to have like a more like a reddish color, and like so I bought the bleach, and I bleached my hair, and it was like, oh, after I did it and dried it, I was like, I'm just gonna be a ginger for like a little bit, and that was like 4 months ago.
No, it looks fantastic, man. I've been every color of the rainbow too. I've even had a Canadian flag dyed in the back of my head, right?
Oh my god.
I love having color in my hair. Right now it's just salt and pepper, but we're working on that. But now that Draven's back, I want to thank you guys both for being on the show, man. But I do have to work tomorrow. I know everybody else is busy too, right? So.
Well, thank you for having us. Like it was a great time, even if the sound is kind of weird still. But I had a great time, and like it's been cool.
Well, thank you so much, Guy. I really appreciate you coming on the show, and you're more than welcome to come on anytime. Draven already knows. He's
Please,
welcome
we would
anytime.
love to have you on the show, and in better circumstances instead of that sound.
Yeah, it's drove me insane.
Yeah, it drove me insane. That's why I left, and then I had to come back. I can hear you guys like better than how it was before. But I subscribed to your YouTube.
I saw you. Okay, yeah, I saw you earlier. I was like, who's like subscribing on my YouTube? I have like 2 videos.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it.
No problem. I love it. I love it. Yeah, keep it coming. Keep it going. It's awesome.
So
have a good night, guys.
Yeah, you as well. I want to thank you both so much. Thank you so much for their technical difficulties. However, I look forward to having you guys back on the show. Guy, you're welcome anytime. Draven, you already know. And I'm going to go ahead and take us off. And hopefully everyone fucking enjoyed themselves.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.
We'll see you guys soon. Play it loud, play it proud, baby. Hit the wrong button. Hold on.